What's going on, good people? This is Ramsey and Motivation by Ramsey and New and Improved Fitness by Ramsey. First off, I want to start thanking the people that have been following me and apologize to you for my inconsistency in the past. I'll make sure I do better. So outside of that, I want to jump straight into the topic and the discussion of this post. To make a long story short, it's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, that I even have had numerous conversations with friends regarding. And it's interesting that it's depicted from something of my past or my Christian past. Particularly, it's a story about Judas and Jesus. However, it's a twist. But keep in mind that this is not, in a literal sense, attempting to persuade people to be Christians. That's not the case at all. It's your choice. It's subjective. So you can take it literal, figuratively, metaphorically, whatever way you desire to take it. But as long as it helps you. So cool. I'm going to jump straight into it. The topic of today's discussion is, what if Judas didn't have a choice? So my thoughts are, we never know what goes on behind the scenes of a person's life. We consider someone when they betray us, we say, man, they're a scoundrel, they're evil, and hey, they deserve whatever else that they want to get that's coming to them that's negative. You know, we throw out the ideology of karma's coming in your direction and it's going to be a bitch. So it's going to hurt you. However, we never consider, I know I never did consider, like, what if that person then think if they had a choice? You know, I look at Judas, the story of Jesus and Judas, and it's like, okay, what if Judas' home life wasn't as stable as one may think? What if he had children that were sick or had a wife that was sick, had all of these issues and problems? You know, you never know what can be going on inside of a person's life that will cause them to say or do and act in a way that we feel betrayed. You know, in our black community, we're quick to call a person an Uncle Tom, you know, and say, oh man, he's on that person's side or that culture's side, or, he's just a random, ninja, in the sense of he just do whatever, just an ordinary ninja. However, let's consider it even further. If I'm in a position and I have to choose between what's best for me and what's best for you, when I have exhausted all of my limitations, everything that I've needed or everything that I want has passed me by time after time after time. Or I think that I have no options and there's no opportunities afforded to me that's in my position or in my place, that I don't have the right education, that I don't know which way to go or who to talk to or what to do. When something presents itself to me, when a chance comes up, when an opportunity comes up that I feel that I cannot afford to overlook, you damn right I'm going to take it. And unfortunately, you may be left, I may be left, we may be left in the background. Does that mean that Judas, or that supposed Judas, or a Saint Benedict Arnold, is evil? No. What it is that taking priority and looking at oneself as a necessity and everyone else as the possibility or at the bottom of their agenda. Now, I'm not condoning betrayal, but I want to look more into it. So what happens oftentimes is that person, we label them. I've labeled quite a few people. I've looked at them in my life and I've held grudges, and I've made up in my mind that they were evil. And in fact, they could not walk down the streets of my mind peacefully, only because I have thought of them in a negative way, or seen them in a negative way, because of what I felt they did to me. We're not even considering that whether or not they understood their options and opportunities. So we classify them as evil. And what ends up happening is exactly what happened to Judas. We exiled and pushed them away, make them feel worthless. Why? Because we ourselves feel that way based upon what they did to us. Now, I'm not toting the whole, man, when someone hits you on one cheek, you turn the other. That's your choice. But I am considering the possibility that that person did not realize what was afforded to them, just like I may have not myself. What if I put too much pressure on that person? What if I put them in a position that they had to choose instantly, that they're not capable of making such a decisive decision that's going to help them? What if they can't see the benefit of what's going on in their life? I mean, what if? Just what if it's something else outside of my feelings that's being considered in this situation? I guess the next question is, am I my brother or sister's keeper? Because if I am, I'm not going to ask, why did you do what you did? Or I guess I am going to ask, why did you do what you did? You know, instead of asking, what are you doing? I'm going to ask, why? Because the why is going to make the difference. And why is going to determine how we interact in the future. And that why is going to determine whether or not I come and continue to be the friend to you, or the brother, or the whomever to you that you see. We don't all think the same. And because we don't, it makes us unique. It enables us to really venture to help each other and bring about better between all of us. However, pushing our brothers and sisters to the side, labeling them as evil, or putting any form of labels above their head, and only identifying them as their labels, so they can go off and continue hanging themselves or putting themselves in a position of hurt and pain because they feel they have been exiled, and that's been perpetuated. So it goes from one person to the other, and we are exhausting one another in our interactions only because we haven't gotten down to the nitty-gritty of asking the question, why? Why? So, what if Judas did not have a choice? What if? And if Judas did not have a choice, like, what did he think his options were? Apparently, they were less than what we considered them to be. All right, this is Ramsey and Motivation by Ramsey. Thank you all for listening. This one is kind of long, and I have more to say, but we'll wrap it up on part 2. What if Judas did not have a choice? Hey, remember how great you are, and how come you can't reach the top if you were born from the sky? Talk to you soon. Bye.